Okay, welcome back to my channel. We have a special guest today, Rocky! Yay, good boy, good boy. Okay, so we're gonna see how long we can last with Rocky in the room because he's already getting fidgety. He was literally laying just fine a second ago. So we're gonna see how long we can last. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a few days. How are you? I hope you guys are doing good. It's like suddenly cold in Korea. Me updating you with my life. It's suddenly cold in Korea, like randomly, so I'm wearing my little hoodie and that's it. I don't have a drink of the day today because I forgot to make it and I also am running out of time. So today we are going to be talking about... Rocky, do you have something to say? Okay, all right. Okay, we've acquired a toy, so hopefully we have some time. All right, today we're talking about whether or not I would move to Korea in 2025. Honestly, there are a lot of pros and cons to living here, and especially nowadays. I mean, I moved here when I was fresh out of college in 2022, and a lot of things have changed in the time being. So yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so you know that quote that's like do you want to hear the good news or the bad news? And then people usually choose to go with the bad news first and then good news later. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about the challenges first, and then we're going to talk about the good things about living in Korea. So first things first, housing and cost of living. So I was actually talking about this with my husband recently, like a few days ago, and we were talking about how the value of the won has gone a little bit lower. So like it takes more won to equal a dollar, which means that everything is a little bit more expensive, especially because most of the things in Korea are imported from different countries, which means that a little bit, or like everything is a little bit more expensive. It's not crazy inflation like it is in America. I think honestly in the entire world everything is expensive right now, but it does mean that, you know, we would get like the same ramen for like $2 extra, which is inconvenient, but it's not like the end of the world, I think, especially because like I said, everything is more expensive these days. And wow, you're really getting into that, brother. Damn. So yeah, everything is like more expensive these days, and I think it is like just something to consider. But again, it's not the end of the world. It's not like super crazy. It's only like, usually it's like only 2,000 won or 3,000 won extra. Coffee still is like super cheap, so that's what counts really. Dating and social life. I actually have a video about dating, and I also have a video about making friends. If you're interested in any of those videos, I'll pop them up right here, and I'll also have the link in the description. But I think being online in general has been very like difficult for connecting with people, and so I think that's something else here. This is already a very introverted country, and with being online, it is like way easier to try to connect with people online, but like there's no real like actual connection, and like it's hard to meet people in person and all that stuff. But I also do think like, I don't know, the like younger generation is a little bit more open to meeting foreigners and like speaking with them and making friendships, and they do speak a lot more English, so that is helpful. But I do think that in this state of the world, it is just like awkward to hang out with people or try to make any like valuable connections. So yeah, again, that's very normal, I think, for everyone. Like we're all craving community and any kind of relationship. So yeah, I think that is something to consider. I don't know because I haven't worked in like an actual Korean company. Like I've worked in a bunch of hagwons and things, but I think their pali-pali lifestyle is definitely like, even not working in a company, the pali-pali lifestyle has affected me. And I think it is a very stressful way to live. And I feel like if I had known that, I don't know if it would have made me like not move over here, but the pali-pali lifestyle can be very exhausting and stressful. And it is very much like hustle culture, but it's like way worse, I think. Like it's not like work harder for longer. It's work harder, work faster, work longer. Like it's all of that combined. And I think that is something super overwhelming. And like I said in my dating video, it's something that you see even in the way that they date. It's like, okay, well, I love you after 3 dates. And like, it is just like they have a very quick lifestyle. And you can see that even in working as a teacher, like you can see it. So I think that is something to consider because like, it's not like all fun and dandy. It's not romance. It's not like how people, you know, imagine what it would be like to live in Hawaii, where it's just relaxing all the time and whatever. It's not like that at all. And then like being a foreigner, which is like the main issue for the main issue in most of the foreigner experience is being the foreigner in Korea, being the foreigner where they stare at you if you don't look the same, or like if you have a different kind of hairstyle, or, you know, if you have a darker skin tone, like you're going to be stared at and like sometimes treated like strangely. And I think they're getting better. I think every day we're getting better. Every generation we're getting better, especially with like the younger kids of this generation. Like they are very desensitized, I think, to like seeing foreigners. So yeah, I think that is like something that we're getting better at, but it's still something that we need to, you know, get better at a little bit faster, because like at this point Korea has like a ton of foreigners living here, so it's and like getting married and like staying here, so it is predicted, I believe, that in a few years like it's not going to be like a homogenous society. There's going to be a way more like mixed kids and stuff like that. So I think we need to get with the program a little bit faster, and that is even something that I'm considering as someone who's living here and planning to stay here for a little bit like longer term than 2 years or whatever. Like if I want to start my family here, how are my kids going to be treated if they are not fully Korean? Like, you know, are they going to be treated differently, or are they going to look different? And like those are really big concerns that I don't feel like that I should need to stress myself with being in this kind of society. So that is something, like if you're thinking of coming here long term or staying here long term, it is something to consider, because I have heard of like people being treated differently because of the way that they look, or because like they're not fully Korean or whatever. So yeah. So let's talk about the good things, because we love positivity over here. So first things first. Also, it was like literally like I kept trying so hard to be like, these are the challenges. And like I really think that the challenges that you would experience in Korea are challenges that you would experience anywhere. So that's just like normal. I think that's why like most of the challenges are very like broad and like not very specific to Korea, because that's just the way that it is. And I think like we're all struggling right now, so honestly that's that. But I was really struggling to come up with like very Korea specific challenges, because I'm like really happy here, and I mean obviously I've been here for 3 years and I plan to stay here for longer, so I'm really happy here. And I want to talk about the good things. So I've been seeing this, I don't want to say it's a trend, but like I've seen like a few TikToks saying the same thing, that was like how I yearn for a country that's like a walkable city, but also has public transportation and all of that.
I cannot stress this enough. When you're in your early 20s, you need to live in a big city, and you need to live in a community that's walkable. I literally just woke up about an hour ago, shot some content, and now I'm on the way to my local coffee shop. And I can't stress this enough. The energy that I get first thing in the morning by just seeing the sunrise, hanging out with my dog, and also going to support a small minority business. The fact that I am not endorsing any companies that don't align with my beliefs, putting money back into the immediate economy that surrounds me is just amazing. And I really highly endorse anybody doing the same thing. Get out, save you some gas, get some movement early in the morning, take care of your dog, and put money into local businesses.
I think that's such a like great thing, and I think that's super cute that people are like wanting that. And I can attest that like Korea, big cities especially, obviously, are very walkable and very like public transport friendly. Like even now, I haven't had a car in 3 years. I don't even miss it. Like it's fine. And I love walking. I love biking. And like I can just use the bus or the subway whenever I need to. It's super, super convenient. And even like the taxis, if you're not going like a crazy distance, they're pretty cheap. I mean, to go for like a 15-minute taxi ride, it's like 8,000 won for me usually. It's not crazy. So yeah, I really, really like that. And I think that's first of all, what everybody deserves. And I think it also just promotes a really healthy lifestyle, and it's super convenient and it's really great. And speaking of convenience, it's also safe. And I've talked about it before, like feeling safe to like last night I went on a run at like 8:30 after work. I went on a 15-minute run, like, and I had no issues. I had no fear for my safety. I was literally just by myself with Rocky, and there was no problem. And I've walked like at night before, like in the middle of the night walking home, no fear for my safety. Obviously, I'm still American. I look around, I make sure that I know my surroundings, but I've never had any fear for my safety here, especially at night, which is so nice. Like I could never get that in America, especially now. So yeah. And then convenience, of course, like 24-hour shops or like 24-hour unmanned shops, especially. That's just like really easy to just step in, get whatever you want, and then go. So that's great. And then cafe and lifestyle culture. I didn't go to cafes that often before I moved over here because like I never really felt like there was a need. There was always one place that was like super like aesthetic and cozy near my house, and I would always go there for like dates or like to hang out with friends or whatever. But it was also like super like expensive. But here there's just cafes everywhere. You could find any vibe that you want, and they always have like, especially the ones in Seoul, they are so cool. I have them on my Korea guide. I have a ton of cafes that are really, really cool in Seoul. There's one that's like rain report, and it's just like constantly raining, and it's like such a like moody vibe. It's great. Chungseongnam-dong, I think that's what it's called. Yeah. So there are so many cafes that are really, really cute and like super aesthetic and fun. And a lot of the time they have like great food. Sometimes it's a hit or miss, to be honest. Lifestyle and cafe culture is great here. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen it as well. Like, it's crazy. My biggest reason for staying here for so long is like financial stability. Being paid as a teacher is like, it's a relatively easy job if you go to the right place that treats you right. Teaching isn't like a crazy difficult job. It's as difficult as you make it, to be honest. And that's wherever you are. It's as difficult as you make it. Yeah, I think it's not like a crazy difficult job. And they pay you pretty well, especially because they take care of your insurance, they take care of your housing, and they take care of like actually paying you. So as a teacher, I've never had any like crazy financial instability or like big financial fears as much as like when I was in America. I mean, of course, I was also a broke college student when I like was planning to come here. So it was completely different to have a steady paycheck. But even now, like with a different visa, I've been able to have my job, but also like kind of get different forms of income. And I have a lot more flexibility in my schedule, which is something that I don't think I would have been able to afford if I was living in the States, especially like living alone. I mean, like obviously I don't live alone now, but like living alone, I was still able to do a bunch of stuff with my time. And I didn't have any issues to go on trips like multiple times in a year, which is again something that I don't think I would have been able to do if I wanted to live alone in America. Like I probably would have had to have a roommate or stay with my parents or with my family. So yeah, financial stability here has been like really just a game changer. I don't fear for my life. I don't fear for my finances. And I know that I can always just figure it out. And even though, like I mentioned, that there is inflation going on, like it's not crazy where I'm like stressed and overwhelmed with like finances and all that stuff. So yeah, having financial stability changes the game, man, for real. Career opportunities. This is something that is very, very interesting. I have met so many people, especially in Seoul, who like own businesses. And oh my God, this is the first time my nose doesn't itch while I'm talking. So I've met so many people who own businesses, like foreigners who own businesses in Seoul, in Pyeongtaek, in Busan, like wherever, in the really big cities that are foreigner friendly. A lot of foreigners own a lot of businesses, and they are actually hiring other foreigners to work for them, which I have found that if you have a visa that is not E2, or I think it's the D6, it's a student visa. If you're not teaching or a student and you want to get sponsored by a company, or if you're like married or whatever, you have the point system visa, like any of those other visas that you have like career opportunities that are different from teaching or being a student, it's crazy that I think that they are opening more opportunities to foreigners, which is something that we didn't expect a few years ago. Like it was pretty much just teaching, but now there's marketing and design, and like you can get server jobs. When I went to Sokcho, I saw so many foreigners working there. Like it was crazy. I was really, really surprised. So yeah, I think that it's really, really interesting that now you guys can have a few more like career opportunities, of course, if you're prepared for it and stuff. But I have interviewed for design jobs. I have interviewed for marketing jobs and stuff like that. It didn't work out because I live like crazy far from Seoul, but it's possible, guys. So yeah, they are really looking for you. So just keep your eyes open for that. And if you are teaching here in Korea and you want to move into something else that's a little bit more stable, I actually also have a friend who changed her visa and she started working at a publishing company, I think. yeah, it was a publishing company, and she's an editor for English books. Like, that's such a cool job. And so, yeah, I think that you guys have like way more opportunities now in 2025 than like we would have when I came in 2022, or when my friends came in 2020 or 2021. So, yeah, it's crazy. Like, I feel like Korea is really just like growing into an insane country that is like super integral to the world. Like, it even though it's small, like it is super important for the economy, for entertainment, for just like anything and everything. So yeah, I'm really proud to be living here, and I'm really proud of myself for moving the time that I did. So at the end of the day, would I still move to Korea in 2025? Yes, I absolutely would. I think, especially because moving abroad has been super like popularized in the last like few years, especially in the States, because things are going crazy over there. So people want to get out, which I completely understand. I think that like just because like other people are doing it, like I know I'm the kind of person who's like, oh, if other people are doing it, I don't want to do it. Like I don't like to do mainstream stuff, whatever. But just because other people are doing it, if it interests you, then you absolutely should. So take this as your sign right now. Take this as your sign to move to Korea if you want to. If you've been thinking about it, take the plunge, because that's exactly what I did when I was 22. And like now look at my life. Like I'm so blessed to have been living here for 3 years, and to have met my husband, and to have my place and my job. And like I'm just like so happy that I moved here and I made the decision to move here, because I'm a completely different person than I was. And that comes with age, but it also mainly comes with the fact that I moved by myself across the world, and I had to grow up in a different way. So I don't regret any of my actions, and I think that you should just do it. Yeah, basically. 2025 is honestly like the best time to do it now, because like the internet is also your friend in this case, where you can research everything, you can ask questions, you can, research the school that you want to work for, or if you want to work for a company where they sponsor you, you can research how to do that, and like you can see how other people live in that place, and yeah, and you can watch videos like this and get some information that you never thought that you could get from anywhere else. I don't know. So yeah, I think do your research, and if you're really thinking about it, then just do it. Like life is so short, so just do it. So yeah, basically this video is just like saying that Korea is beautiful and it's amazing, and I'm very grateful that I live here, but it's not perfect. It's not a K-drama. And yeah, just be realistic. Get excited, but be realistic for sure. If you're thinking about moving here, comment below like what kind of job would you like to do? Would you like to be a teacher? Would you like to try to get something else? And if you already live here, tell me what your biggest surprise was when you moved. And Rocky wants to say bye. I love you. So yeah, if you guys have watched this entire video the whole way through, don't forget to drop a soap bar emoji so that I know that you're a real one watching this whole video. And yeah, don't forget to comment below, like and subscribe. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. 안녕.